You may wonder why I am here in a hotel in Georgia when I had a big film that was being shot in Georgia. When I came to Georgia and I was going to make this gigantic movie, I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I had a second project, which was to take this hotel, which was a Days Inn motel, basically, and was nothing like what we needed. When I didn't want to think about the movie, I would think about this hotel, and when I didn't want to think about the hotel, I would think about the movie. I got the idea, basically, and said, look, Georgia has wonderful production facilities. They have a half dozen studios, Trilla Studio, where we shot. There's others north, there's others in every direction, but they're all production facilities. Now, it's a unique aspect of the movie business that there's always a balance. There's production and then there's post-production. Post-production are all the many things you do after the film is shot. Movies, maybe today, you can argue that are half production and half post-production, but next year it's going to be 40% production and 60% post-production. Next year it's going to be 30% production and 70% production, and you're going to miss out because you don't have any post-production facilities. A post-production facility had to have at least 6 suites that would be suitable for a top movie star to come and stay here. So we had to build 6 suites, and then we needed many sort of, I call them mini suites. We had to have special effects facilities and rehearsal facilities, even a little stage that we could shoot, which we did shoot in, by the way, on this picture. So this is the only place in the world that I think exists that has such an intimate connection between not only living accommodations and then luxury living accommodations and then editing suites and then a mixed studio, which is, you know, where you put together the picture and the sound, and it's very, very complex to have one that sounds good. Thank God I did it, because the fact that I did it is what has basically enabled us not only to mix our picture beautifully, and I'm sure when people hear our movie and see our movie, they're going to say, well, we want to mix our movie there because it sounds so good, which it does.
Is this society, is this way we're living the only one that's available to us?
You may notice that our beautiful screening mixed studio is called the Dorothy Theater. I was blessed in my life because when I was young and I was a UCLA film student, one of our teachers, and in fact my directing teacher, was a woman named Dorothy Arzner. Dorothy Arzner is a famous figure in Hollywood because she not only was an editor in the silent era, and she edited a picture, I think it was called Covered Wagon, for a director. She became the only woman director in the glory days of Hollywood for like 30 years. I benefited from the fact that she sort of liked me. I mean, she was always very encouraging. Green room is the room where the actors hang out. No one really knows why it's called the green room. There's speculation that perhaps in the early days, the room where a particular group of actors was green. There are other theories of what it is, but the green room is the place in theater where the actors can relax and be together, and before they go on, or before they go, or after it's all over. Well, I've been in Peachtree City about 16 months, and that was the time that we were making the film, and I was basically in a construction zone. And then, of course, around when the film was done, this what we call the all-movie hotel was finished, and they all moved in, and so we did the entire post-production here. But it worked like a charm. I mean, we had, I don't think there's another place in the world where you can live and intimately connect, do the special effects. When we had reshoots, we did it upstairs in a little stage that we have here. The things that movie people require, which is that they have a fitting room to work on the costumes, that they have a recording studio so they can record necessary things, that they have a large screening facility. All of those things that movie people require, regular people can also use. We are probably the only place in the world where our visitors from our other hideaways can come here and just be shoulder to shoulder with people who are making a movie and get to experience what that's like. Now everyone in Peachtree City gets around through these beautiful forests on golf carts. So when you're passing a golf cart, you see the other piece and you say, oh, good morning, how are you? The kids look good. The kids all go to school on golf carts. Then I was here once in the summer, it was hot, and being that we're more southerly, a little humid, but when I went on the golf cart into the forest, it was cool, and I saw animals, and it was just so wonderful. So yes, I think Peachtree City is, and also I've been here for 16 months, and whenever there's terrible weather somewhere, it's always nice here. It's multi-ethnic here. There's many Japanese companies that are based here, and other Korean companies, and there's a fabulous Lebanese restaurant called the Beirut. So we have the benefit of all this wonderful ethnic food all here in Peachtree City. It's pretty extraordinary, actually. I would say to people, young filmmakers, that this is basically the only place in the world where there's an integrated film studio amid wonderful accommodations in a community of friendly people and great food and weather. It's all in one place. Truly, I know people who have come and experienced this from Canada and other places that we had, and they all said, well, we want to come and make our next film here. And I understand why. I mean, I must say that our post-production was smooth as it could be, and the sound of our movie everyone will see, because on the movie it said sound mixed at the All Movie Hotel, and they're going to come here in droves.
We are taking our city back.
And when we ask these questions, when there's a dialogue about them, that basically is a utopia.